Welcome back again. Okay, so what I'm going to take you through now is how to do steps 7, 8 and 9 for task 1 of the My Career Options report. So like every other video, you need to make sure that you have your task sheet open in front of you. Okay, so make sure that you have this task sheet open up on your screen or print it out as a hard copy in front of you so you can keep referring back to it when you need to know what the next step is. Okay, so in the previous video, we looked at step 6 and we completed our multiple intelligence quiz graph, which is awesome. So hopefully we should all know what our strongest multiple intelligence or strongest multiple intelligences are. So what we need to do now is we need to start collecting that information. We also need to start understanding what it actually means for us and how we're going to be able to use this information in everyday life to help us make decisions and to help us, have the best experiences that we can when we might be socializing with somebody, when we might be learning something new, when we might be at school, or when we might be, at our first job. So it is really important. So what you need to have is your multiple intelligence quiz and graph with all of your results in front of you. Okay, so that is, if we jump over to our Edmodo page, okay, so that is this graph. So I'll download it for you so you know what it looks like. Obviously mine is going to be bare and yours is going to be completed. Okay, so you want to have this in front of you because it's going to help us answer the questions that we need. Okay, so I'm going to get you to jump back onto your Edmodo page, and now I need you to download the My Career Options report template. Okay, so to do that, we click on the little arrow, we click on the download button, and then hopefully it will download what we need before I go grey and old. Beautiful, here it comes. So remember, sometimes different computers do different things, okay? So some people might have the file pop down here in their left-hand corner, okay? If it does, make sure you click on it. Some people's documents might just pop up, and if it does, well, that's awesome. And then if you're like me, okay, my download goes into my little downloads folder. So just make sure you have a hunt around and try and find yours. Okay, so we have My Career Options report here in front of us, okay, and what you need to do to complete step 7, okay, is to answer this question here. It says, what is your strongest multiple intelligence or intelligences? Okay, so all you need to do is put in sentence form for me and tell me what intelligence you scored highest in when we were doing our multiple intelligence quiz, okay? So when we were doing this one, okay? So you need to go over into your Word document, okay? So what is your strongest multiple intelligence? So a good sentence could be, when I completed the multiple intelligence quiz, mind my bad spelling, intelligence quiz, I discovered that I was a musical learner. Beautiful. So that's all that you need to do for that question, okay? There are many other ways that you could word that sentence, so please make sure that you don't just copy what I've written, that you put it into your own words, okay? So that's just one way. Another way you could say is, I discovered that I was a visual spatial, oh gosh, my spelling is atrocious today. Visual spatial learner. Okay, that's also a very acceptable sentence. Okay, so you just make sure that you put in, your strongest multiple intelligence. Okay, if you had 2 that scored equal, then you could say, I discovered that I was a visual spatial and mathematical learner. Okay, so that's all you need to do if you did have two multiple intelligences that scored equally. Okay, so then that is, if we go back to our task sheet, that is step 7 finished. So make sure you tick it off or highlight it, whatever you're doing, so that you know you have finished it. Now what you need to do is you need to move on to step 8. Okay, and you'll see here that it says access the Gardner's multiple intelligence table. Read the description of your strongest multiple intelligence or intelligences. Okay, so to get this sheet that we need, so the Gardner's multiple intelligence table, you need to go to Edmodo. Okay, so I'm going to go to my Edmodo page. Where is it? Here he is. Okay, and I'm going to download the Gardner's multiple intelligence table. Okay, so it's in your task 1 folder. So you click on your little arrow, we click on the download button, and again, we just wait for that document to download. So like I said, you could have a little button pop up over here saying open download. It could go to your downloads folder, or it could just pop up. Okay, so just make sure if you can't find it that you have a good look around. Okay, so I'm clicking on my downloads folder. Okay, and now here is the table that I need. Okay, so I'll tell you how you use this table. It's really simple and it's broken down really easily so that you can understand the things that your intelligence likes to do, the things that the intelligence may be good at, ways we learn best, and the school subjects that might suit your intelligence. Okay, so it's a 2-page document. Again, it is up to you whether you print it out, okay? So if you want to just use it electronically, you can. So what you'll do is you will find your intelligence that you scored highest in. So again, I'm going to use the verbal linguistic learner as an example, okay? So as a verbal linguistic learner, I have a look over here, and this column here tells me all about me, okay? All about my intelligence. It tells me that I like to read, write, and tell stories. It tells me that I'm good at memorizing names, places, dates, and trivia, so fun facts. It tells me that I learn best by saying, hearing, and seeing words, okay? And school subjects that suit me are things like history, English, studies of society, and legal studies, okay? So as you look through the intelligence table, you will see that we have all 8, and they are all set up the same way. So it's got the like to, are good at, learn best by, school subjects that suit you. Okay, so what you need to do to answer the next question in the My Career report, as well as tick off that step that we need to do in our task sheet, all you need to do is find your learning style or your multiple intelligence style, okay, and read about it, okay, so that you're able to explain to me what your strengths are, what things you're good at, how you learn best, subjects that might suit you, and what things the intelligence suggests that you like to do. Okay, so go back to your task sheet. All right, we have now, once you've read your description of your strongest multiple intelligence, you've now done step 8. So what do we do with that information? Okay, so now we've read it. Like I said, it's all about understanding how we can use this information to support ourselves to make decisions. Okay, so now we're progressing down to step 9. Okay, and it's asking you to complete question 2 of the My Career Options report by providing a description of what your strongest multiple intelligence means. So, in order for us to do that, okay, we need to have Gardner's multiple intelligence table in front of us. Okay, so I'm just going to shrink that down so you can see that what documents I'm using. And I'm going to have my Career Options report open in front of me as well. Okay, so we're moving down here. So this is where we need to put our answer. So it says provide a description of what your strongest multiple intelligence means. Okay, so for you to be able to answer that question, you have a look on the Gardner's multiple intelligence table and remember what you just read. okay? You have to put it into a small paragraph for me, okay? You need to pretend that I have no idea what these things are, okay? So you're going to give me as much information as you can. So for example, using that verbal linguistic learning style, okay, I would put this information into a sentence. So watch how I do it, and then you can use a similar strategy as well, okay, but make sure that you're not copying. So you could say, as a verbal linguistic learner, I like to read, write, and tell stories. Okay, so now I'm going to tell them what I'm good at. So some of my strengths are memorizing names and places, dates, and trivia. Okay, I learn, or sorry, let's say verbal linguistic learners learners learn best through saying, hearing, and seeing words. And my spelling is on fire today. Okay, school subjects that suit my multiple intelligence are English, history, and legal studies. Beautiful. Okay, so that is, that is all that you need to do to answer question 2 of your My Career Options report. So you can see that I just really read this information and then turned it into sentences instead of dot points. Okay, so that is all that you need to do. Once you've done that, you've now officially finished step 9. Okay, so make sure that again you highlight or tick it off so that you know where you're up to. And that's it for this video. So I look forward to having a read through what you write in your report, and hopefully you will be able to tell me something that I don't know about the intelligence.